Okay, first of all, I do want to thank all of you for joining us today. This is Don Gatlin. I'm with Brooks Incorporated, and as many of you have seen, we like to hold these webinars on a monthly basis on various topics, things that we hear kind of in the field that are of interest to people, and then we ask folks that we work with to be presenters, and we've had three that we really want to extend a special thank you today for agreeing to share their practices around their evaluation process and adding efficiencies to those processes. We really appreciate you guys being willing to share with the group. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and get started here. You all should be able to see on your screen evaluating grant proposals using the tier ranking system. That's our first presenter today is Gene Putnam with the United Way of Metropolitan Dallas. And I'm going to be driving for you, Gene.
Okay.
Are you ready to get started?
I'm ready to go.
Thank you so much.
This first slide just describes our tier ranking system a little bit. And essentially what we ask our volunteers to do is go online and review a set of proposals, and typically they'll review anywhere, a group of volunteers will review anywhere from 12 to maybe 20 proposals. And we ask them to divide the proposals into groups or tiers, a top tier or the top group of proposals, the middle tier, and then the bottom tier with the group of proposals, for each volunteer. So it's really a ranking system, and we don't ask if they're reviewing 20 proposals, we don't ask them to rank them in order and debate which one should be number 17 or number 18, but just basically divide them into three groups. Okay, Don? And I'm going to look at this from first from the volunteer website, and then we'll switch over and look at it from the e-CIMPACT administrative site, and then if we have time, I can go back and show you a little bit about how you set up the tier rankings. But this is the volunteer screen, and this is the family safety panel, and you see over on the right, we have the program tier rankings. This is where they, review the proposals and do the rankings. And the rankings are over on the far right-hand side. And when the volunteers open these up, they see the list of proposals, and they're all set to 0. And 0 is basically no ranking. And they put them in the groups by assigning numbers, 1, 2, or 3, 1 for the top tier, 2 for the middle tier, and then 3 for the bottom tier. And the only a little bit tricky thing about this is that they have to divide the proposals equally among the three tiers. So we're looking at 12 proposals here, and that would mean that they have to divide them into three equal groups with 4 in each group. Next slide. This shows the results once they've done that. They assign them to the groups, submit that, and the status is submitted, and this is the view they see on the screen with the three tiers. And you see down at the bottom, they can export this to PDF. Actually, Don, go ahead and go to the next slide. This is a view of the PDF, and typically volunteers do this. They export it, print it off, and bring it to a meeting with them because these are all going to be discussed. Okay, next slide. This is just showing what happens if they are able to divide the proposals equally into the three groups. For instance, if they put 6 proposals in the first group and only 1 or 2 proposals in the bottom group, that would be an unequal distribution. and they just get an error message that it's an invalid ranking, so the system forces them to go back and assign those equally to the groups. And then once they do that, they get their submit button back and they can submit them to us. Okay, next slide. This just shows when they're ready to submit and they submit their ratings. Next. Okay, now we're back to the administrative site that our staff uses, our allocation staff. And you can see you go down under the investment and have to drill down all the way down to the program form sets and to the evaluation tab. And when you do that, on the far right you have a program tier ranking tab. When you open that up, you see a screen that looks like this. And basically what this does, this screen shows the proposals as they have been ranked by the group. This is actually a group ranking, and the rating over on the right-hand side is the average of all of the tier rankings assignments that were given by the volunteers. And there's if you select one of the proposals and the detail, you can, down at the bottom, view the detail, and let's go to the next slide. And this just shows all of the volunteers and the ratings that they gave each proposal. So you'll see an agency name at the top, and then the list of volunteers that rated those proposals. And you can see you have a mix of 1s, 2s, and 3s, and a couple of people, for some reason, did not rank the proposals. They left them at 0. Typically, those are people that maybe miss a site visit or something, and so they don't rank the proposals. Let's see, Don, go to the next slide. Let's see. And the next one, please. What we do with this, once we've got all the tier rankings have been submitted, you can export these to PDF files or to spreadsheets, and we typically export them to a spreadsheet. You download down the bottom right there, and next slide. And this shows a spreadsheet that's generated from that, and you can look and see how these proposals were ranked from top to bottom, the ratings on the far right. You have an amount available at the top for the amount available to that group of volunteers to allocate to these programs. The amount requested, which is always quite a bit larger than the amount available. But this gives the volunteers a kind of a starting point. And go to the next slide. We doctor these spreadsheets a little bit and add a column over at the right where we have the recommended funding, and we actually project the spreadsheet at the allocation meeting.